A client once told me something that stayed with me ever since. She said, when you reflected back what I was really saying, not my words, but what was underneath, I finally heard myself. That's when everything shifted. That's the power of skillful reflection. You're not playing back a recording. You're holding up a mirror that shows your client something they couldn't see on their own. Think about what that client experienced. She'd been talking, sharing her situation, explaining her challenges, but she hadn't actually heard herself until someone reflected back, not the words, but the meaning. That's what we're going for here. You're showing clients something they couldn't see alone. The truth beneath their words, the meaning behind their stories. When done well, reflection isn't about accuracy of recall. It's about illuminating what matters most. ICF tells us to reflect or summarize what the client communicated to ensure clarity and understanding. But here's what you need to understand about that. This competency is about capturing the essence, not merely repeating content. You're listening for what lives between the words, the emotions they haven't named, the values driving their decisions, the deeper truths they may not yet recognize themselves. When you do this well, clients experience something profound, the gift of being truly heard and understood. I want you to hold on to this image. You are being a mirror for your client. It's listening beyond the words and reflecting back what's really there, being that mirror for the client to see who they are and what's happening with them out in the light. You're paying attention to tone, to energy, to repeated themes, to what's left unsaid. The truth often hides in the pauses. And then you reflect the essence, their patterns, their emotions, their core concerns, so they can finally see what's really there. Your reflection illuminates their inner landscape. Here's something that might surprise you. The most powerful reflections are often the shortest. Summarize it in 1 or 2 sentences, tops. Sometimes a single word is enough. I heard you mention apple, orange, and banana. Then you follow with something that opens exploration. What's important about that to you? Or which would you like to focus on? Brief reflections create space. They don't close conversations, they expand them. Long summaries fill space. Brief reflections open doors. Let me show you what this looks like in practice. Your client speaks for 3 minutes about a complex career decision. There are family expectations, personal dreams, financial pressures, all tangled together. A great reflection cuts through all that complexity to name the core tension. It sounds like you're torn between what you want and what you think you should want. That's essence, not summary. Or notice when a word keeps showing up. Your client describes feeling stuck in their relationship, stuck in their job, stuck in their living situation. You reflect. You said trapped 3 times. What does trapped mean for you? By highlighting the repeated word, you help them hear their own pattern and explore its deeper significance. Let me name the traps I see coaches fall into here. First, making reflections too long. Here's a good test. If your reflection is longer than their statement, you've missed it. Edit ruthlessly. Every word should serve the essence. Second, reflecting content instead of meaning. Repeating facts keeps conversations surface level. Go deeper than the story to find what the story reveals. And third, interpreting instead of reflecting. There's a difference between mirroring and putting your spin on things. When you interpret, you create distance. Stay curious, not certain. Offer reflections, not conclusions. Your job is to be a clean mirror, not an editor, not a therapist, not an advice giver. So let's bring this together. Brief reflections open doors, they don't close them. Less is more when it comes to powerful reflection. Reflect the essence, the emotion, the meaning, what's beneath the words. That's where transformation lives. And be the mirror that helps clients finally hear themselves. Your reflection gives them the gift of being truly understood. Now, what happens when you sense there's more beneath the surface? When your client finishes speaking, but something tells you they haven't said everything, that's where we're going next.